It's one of the most widespread scams in the world of cybercrime, raking in millions from unsuspecting Americans each year. You receive an email that looks like a cry for help from a friend who's been robbed on vacation overseas, but it's really a hacker looking to cash in. Well, when one of these emails ended up in the inbox of a Nightline producer, she and ABC's consumer correspondent Elisabeth Leamy decided to follow the money, and Nightline investigates.
Hi, just writing to let you know my trip to Manila, Philippines with my family has been a mess.
The email came from 10,000 miles away, pleading for help and money.
It has been an awful experience. I was hit at the back of my neck with a club.
It landed in our producer's inbox a few weeks ago, and she suspected it was another instance of one of the most popular online cons going these days. One the FBI says costs Americans millions of dollars a year. It's called the Stranded Traveler Scam.
I need you to loan me some money. I'll refund it to you as soon as I arrive home.
Instead of hitting delete, our producer, Sally, decided to play along.
Okay, don't worry. I think I can come up with a few hundred at least.
And see if it would lead us to the offshore hustler preying on hundreds of unsuspecting victims.
I am just still very upset how people can do this.
This is Susan Zador, and it was her email the conman had hacked. He then used her contacts list to send out the plea for nearly $2,000, pretending he was Susan.
Pretty disheartening to think that people are that money hungry that they'll just send it out to whoever they think they can get the most money out of.
Susan's son told us every contact in her email address book, hundreds of people received the same alarming message we did. Her friend Mary Blackwell sent $300 before learning it was a scam.
And I'm like, what? I mean, I went through the roof. I was so upset. Not because I sent the money or anything like that, but it was because my heart was broken for Susan.
The person pretending to be Susan told us he was traveling with somebody named Richard Kamenitzer and to wire the money to Richard in Manila.
Do you know a Susan Zador in California?
No, I do not.
Okay, well, the bad guys are claiming that you and Susan are over in the Philippines together. That could get you in some trouble, couldn't it?
With my wife, especially.
Yeah.
We tracked down the real Richard Kamenitzer, a professor in Virginia. His email had been hijacked the same day, and friends were worried.
Professor Kamenitzer, this is Jamie. I received an email from your Yahoo account saying you were mugged and hit. Please let me know you're fine.
The hackers even managed to block Richard's access to his own address book, so he had no easy way to alert friends.
That I had 4,036 contacts in my address book, none of which were now available to me. Everything was lost.
Back online, instead of sending nearly $2,000 like our new pen pal had requested, we sent 20 via Western Union.
Philippines is the destination.
Within hours, he wrote back and had the nerve to complain.
You should have told me you never had any money.
But he had a helpful suggestion.
I think you can also have the money wired with the use of your credit card.
We followed the trail to the Philippines. An alert Western Union agent told us a suspected scammer had come into this shop to cash in. I remembered that he had claimed money from me in the past, he said. I checked the previous photocopy of his ID and compared it to the new one. Same face, but different names.
So you really need this new space.
Next stop, the FBI's secretive Internet Crime Complaint Center in West Virginia, where Special Agent Charles Pavlitas gave us a rare look inside.
This is where we store all 2.477 million complaints that we received since the beginning of the project.
The FBI has about 150,000 stranded traveler complaints on file. The phony emails often feature the subject line, "I am writing with tears in my eyes."
So very melodramatic crooks.
Here we now have 2,600 complaints of people with tears in their eyes. Now, if I get this.
A lot of crying crooks.
We learned that if you ignore the scammers, they can sound increasingly desperate.
Sally, talk to me. Talk to me, dear. Act as urgent, please. Please, I beg you, in the name of God.
Wire services don't disclose where the criminals pick up your money, and law enforcement almost never pursues these cases. So good luck getting anything back.
There's only so much time and so many resources that prosecutors and investigators have.
Once you fall for it, the con artists put you on their sucker list and hit you with other scams. Sure enough, our producer recently started getting new emails fishing for her bank account number. This time, we hit delete. For Nightline, I'm Elisabeth Leamy in Washington.